Hello everyone. With this quick yet complete presentation, I'm going to discuss about one major topic of the internet which owns its fame to one of the most socially and economically relevant events in the last decades, the pandemic. The lockdown makes the world stop and people, forced to stay in their houses, began to think a lot about mental health and the different ways in which they can take care of themselves. The theme I'm going to analyze in this work is self-care, in particular how self-care is perceived and represented in two social media platforms, Instagram and TikTok. With the concept self-care, we refer to the practice of improving health, both physically and mentally, focusing on the self. The outcome is the reduction of negative emotion in order to increase positive energy. We're in present of a paradox, since social media aren't typically considered a direct vehicle of mental health, although self-care is a major theme in these digital platforms, with hundreds of posts and hashtags every day. This practice is characterized by common languages and a specific grammar that we are going to take into consideration to understand how this topic is spreading. The method that we use for my analysis follow the qualitative research. In this presentation, in addition, we will concentrate on two specific media, Instagram and TikTok. These visual platforms base their fame on the fast digestive contents that they present. In this analysis, I'm going to focus on the content presented through the visual users' post on these social platforms, mainly from Europe and USA. Using TikTok tracks and IG hashtag export, I was able to collect sufficient statistic Instagram images and TikTok videos to create a small yet complete dataset based on the hashtag self-care that allow me to answer my research question. For what regards Instagram, we can immediately see how the collected data primarily belong to the category of photos. Videos are in fact consumed on Instagram, typically in the real format. But at least for this specific hashtag and the tool that we have used, people seem to prefer to post static visual content. In this social platform, the topic of self-care is enacted through specific and culturally shared grammars. The top 5 categories that I was able to build after a careful content analysis are inspirational quotes, product display, which the majority falls in the skincare category, person from selfie to part of the body, to the whole figure, cosmetic surgery, especially fillers and botox, and beauty practices, in particular massages and facials and others. With this last category, I wanted to underline how, due to its popularity, the hashtag self-care is used in posts that don't directly display self-care practices. This aspect highlights how we're living in an algorithmic consumer culture where popular hashtags are consciously used in quote wrong unquote contexts to achieve more visibility. I then decided to analyze TikTok, reporting data from the platform's analysis to underline possible similarities and differences. Both visual platforms, these two social media, differ from one another basically for the fact that the second one is based only on videos. Videos allow users to present different and more products in the same post, giving the possibility to consume more information in a faster way. From my research, I was able to see how the topic of self-care was reproduced in similar ways within the two platforms. Both of them display a clear image where the feminine figure is predominant, where oriental practices and objects such as incenses, crystals, star cards, and herbs are rediscovered, and where the internal peace is achieved by the external care conveyed by skincare, hair care, hot baths, cosmetic practices, and journalism or reading. More than two-thirds of the 12 TikTok videos analyzed by me presented the previous analyzed grammar reported in the graph. For what regard differences instead, we can underline how videos allow formats impossible to be presented through static forms. Videgger, ASMRs, and POVs are a popular example of this liquid social platform. Another difference on which I would like to focus your attention is the importance of mental problems connected to adolescents dedicated on the platform. Since the majority of TikTok users belong to the Gen Z, we can clearly see how the topic self-care is directly connected to the presentation of mental problematics in the youth. To conclude this part, the videos, which can be divided into three main categories, Get Ready With Me, More, and Fast Slideshows, are often presented with popular songs as soundtracks to once again take advantage of the algorithm and have more possibility to make your content viral. I now decided to present some of the most hashtags connected to the hashtag self-care on Instagram. Using Wordle, I was able to capture some concepts connected to the topic of my research. What I found out fundamentally proved what I previously analyzed in the presentation. Self-care, as displayed by the word cloud, is connected to thematic as self-love, beauty, nature, nutrition, organic food, cosmetic, and skincare. Similar hashtags were found under this post, underlining the connection between self-care and beauty products and practices, cosmetic surgery, landscapes, animal and food and beverages considered healthy, such as vegan or organic products. As concerned TikTok, always using Wordle, I built a similar word cloud that highlights the similarities and the differences on which we focused our speech. The hashtag routine self-love that girl for you page is more, but even self-help and mental health are key concepts in the larger topic of self-care. This hashtag explicate the direct relationship between self-care and the practices through which this concept is enacted, such as morning routine, lighting up incense and candle, take hot baths and showers, reading and writing self-affirmation quotes, and connect it with nature through activities like walking or yoga. Throughout the presentation, I've analyzed the shared grammars around self-care, the culturally recognized communication around this topic, underlining the connection between internal psychological health and external body care. Thanks to this investigation, I have found both similarities and differences in the visual representation of the topic on the two social platforms that allow us a better and deeper understanding of the topic. Thank you all for listening to my presentation.